Hardline drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those gloves.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution. The Ref 1X by Rollins.
Lawson again. Delivers. Castaldo sends it high and deep into center field. Nicholson tracking back over his shoulder. Oh, he made the catch! Brandon Nicholson crashing into the center field wall brings the ball down, and the Cardinals are out of the top of the inning. Neil, that was brilliance from the Card center field.
Straight into the Mitsubishi Motors sign in center field.
It's 3-1 here, Cardinals, as we head to the top of the.
Look at the ground Nicholson covers. Oh!
He just wanted to give the sponsors a little more plug time.
Outstanding.
Bullpen, 5 batters, didn't allow base runners. Strong fouls that one, and it's going to stay in play. A great catch by Noah Hall over the railing to end the inning.
Ramos once again trying to work himself out of a pickle as that breaking ball was hanging. Swung on by Plaz out to the right field side this time, but Diolio was going to make that run to first base. He will get in there. Stumbling, bumbling, rumbling, falling over. And he is safe at home for the Majors' 5th run of the day off the sac fly from Victor Plaz.
Hey, any way you can get him there, sacrifice fly.
A 2-0 score. Panthers held to just 2 hits. Royals only have 3 so far. As their offense has been relatively quiet today. McLeod hits this one on a bullet. Their second baseman comes home. The throw, Ibarra is going to get the tag at the plate to get.
First pitch swinging is Dionysius Sheltis, and a dive, and what a catch in left field. That is one of the plays of the year.
Through 4, seemed like more.
Deep drive to right field, and no doubt about it. Seth Strong with a blast to right field, and this deficit is cut in half. It's 4-2.
Well, Strong got all of that baseball, giving that a ride to right field.
Gajic gets the sign from Rempel. 1-1 offering. Is lined with the middle, and Tyler Duncan comes down with it. He'll throw to first, and he's out at first. Wow, what a play. Gajic had to get out of the way with it, and Tyler Duncan climbed the ladder to get that one back. Wow, what a play to end the ball game.
Lots of options for the Fish. Need a ground ball, though. Gardner laces one. Left field, that's a base hit. Brownlee will score. Racing around third. Pause. Throw home in time. Got him at home. Furostate showing off the cannon in left field. Guns down. Pause at the plate. 2 away now, as that's a big throw from Caleb Furostate.
That's a great story. Whoa! Lawson just entered the matrix.
And Salazzo's asking if this is okay here. Waving at him, so you're okay, man? You're okay? He's checking on him again, and, you know, they had said, we're good, man.
Woo!
Catcher number 20, Lachlan.
That's a big guy to get out of the way as quick as Brett Lawson did. So with as hard hit of a single as you're going to see, and he had to get the heck out of Dodge.
Whoa.
Whoa. Good Lord.
And then the bend bird backwards as his legs went back underneath him, too. Salazzo checking on him right away.
Whoa, that shot from the backside looks even scarier.
Garten, what a story he's been this season, to say the very least. We'll get more into that in just a moment. Garten over at first, and Evan Ash will be the one catching Mr. Evan Grills as we are getting set here for some baseball on a Tuesday night. Glad you can join us here on Rogers TV.
A beautiful night tonight.
First pitch delivered, and that's going to miss for ball one. We are underway at 7:32 Eastern. Kenisi Ejo, the center fielder, is the leadoff batter here. That one just misses off the plate as well. Quickly, Ejo up in the count, 2-0.
Yeah, he was a IBL second-team All-Star last year, Kenisi.
What a job he has done, and that one just misses as well. That one more to the inside, trying to push Ejo off the plate. But now, see if he gets the green light from Josh Matlow to swing at this one at 3-0. And there is a strike, just picking on the outside, just hitting a little bit of the black. There's Grills wearing number 51. The delivery on the 3-1, and that's going to be chopped foul right toward the Royals dugout. Again, Guelph 4-0 on this regular season. Defeated Kitchener twice. They have a victory over the expansion Chatham-Kent Barnstormers as well. There's also a victory over Toronto. Swing, and he got a piece of it to stay alive.
He's battling hard here. Making him pitch more than he wants to.
Ejo, he's a battler. He'll step in and he'll rack up that pitch count. That's for sure. 3-2, and that's going to be sent foul as well. 26 degrees, a fair sky, not really a cloud to be seen here at Hastings Stadium. The shadow of Exhibition Park near downtown Guelph. Grills gets the sign. The delivery, and that just missing underneath the knees, according to the home plate umpire, Matt Neely. And Ejo is aboard with a leadoff walk. So bring up Kyle Maves, another member of that team last season that went to the IBL final. Of course, losing to the Welland Jackfish in that final series. But look out for Ejo. He is a stolen base threat, as that one misses outside, as Mays looked like he was squaring up to bunt there. Definitely want to keep an eye on the speedy Kenisi Ejo. The delivery, and they're going to try and pick off Ejo. He'll get back to the bag in time. And that's the one thing, Steve, too, is you have the lefty pitcher kind of has a little bit of an extra eye on first base, so he can kind of catch Ejo if he slips a little bit too far off of first here.
Yeah, definitely the advantage to him.
And square up to bunt. That's going to cross the heart of the plate for strike one. 1-1 the count here on Maves. Maves just batting 100 so far this year. Runner's going to go, and they're not going to get him, not even a throw. Ejo got a great jump and a stolen base. That will allow Ejo to get into scoring position.
Yeah, he got a great jump.
Yes, he did. So that forces the umpires to be in a different alignment with the player on second. Bunt down the third base line. Grabbed there by Grills, but no play over at first, and runners on the corners now here with nobody out. Good bunt there by Kyle Maves, advancing the runner and keeping himself safe as well. Bunt single.
Yeah, just a little bobble as he was trying to get it to his throwing hand.
And this brings up Adam Odd, who's batting .207 this season. Streetsville, Ontario native in his 7th IBL season. Of course, all the way back playing in Burlington back in the days when Burlington still had an IBL team. Pickoff attempt over at first, and they're not going to get Maves. Of course, also played in Toronto for the 2017 and 2018 season before showing up in Barrie in 2022. That's going to be fouled away just in behind the backstop. As mentioned, first time since 2009 that Evan Grills has graced an IBL mound, finding himself in a bit of a jam here early on. The delivery, swing and a miss.
That was a good pitch.
Had a bit of heat behind that one, did Evan Grills. Of course, on top of being drafted by Houston, played all the way up to AAA in 2016, signed as a free agent in Colorado in 2019, also played AAA in the Colorado system. The runner's going to go and over to second. It's actually going to hit Maves, and the runner's going to come in to score on what was a double steal, what turned out to be a double steal, I should say. And the Baycats are on the board here in the first, 1-0.
Hey, good job, hands up, boys!
That's 3 stolen bases already this top of the first.
Hey, bring him in now.
And swing and a miss there for strike 3. And Adam Odd goes down swinging for the opening out of the inning. So Mays is going to be credited with a stolen base. And Kenise Ejo, for those scoring at home, does get home safely on the E3. Meantime, Nolan Makibroda steps into the batter's box and takes for strike 1. Playing at first base tonight. A free agent signing of Minnesota just a couple years ago. The delivery outside, just missing. Evens the count up.
Hometown of Saskatoon.
Yes, indeed. Farm boy strong, up from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. The delivery from Grills, and he gets a piece of it, but Mackie Broda is going to put it into foul territory. We're spent last season at Trois-Rivières, Quebec, playing in the Frontier League.
Yeah, there's a few players.
Frontier League is a popular league in the IBL. That's kind of that next step up. The delivery checked, but he didn't go around, so evens the count at 2-2. Of course, that's where Evan Grills was. He was playing for the Ottawa Titans back in 2022. Didn't actually play last season. Spent time coaching. Look over to second base. And that's going to be right to the second baseman, LaRue. Throw over to first. They scoop it up in time, and they'll get him. Score that on the 4-3. And a good job there by LaRue on the scoop up. And, you know, credit Josh Garten. That wasn't an easy play at first to scoop that up either. It's nice to see Josh Garten in the lineup, fully healthy. Inside for ball 1. That's on Ricky Phillips, the right fielder.
He's one of their import players from Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, indeed. Cats even at 1-1 here. His rookie IBL season. Hit .311 in Idaho Falls in the Frontier League back in 2022. And he gets a piece of that one. A fly ball to right field. It's going to land in foul territory, but coming over to make the catch is Stanley. And that will end the top half of the inning. The Barrie Baycats only get one on the board in the top half of the first. We're heading to the bottom of the first here at Hastings Stadium. And of course, again, this is Guelph's first opportunity to try and put some runs on the board. Did a good job of that last Saturday against Kitchener. Had a couple of early runs. The game actually only took 2 hours and 25 minutes.
So we're going to see Cesar Rosado. I hope I'm pronouncing that okay.
Cesar Rosado, of course, coming in.
He's 2-0 on the season, and with a 3.48 ERA, that's not too bad. That's not too bad for the start of the season.
As you see the defense here for the Barrie Baycats, that's what the lineup looks like with McQuinn, Ejo, and Phillips going from left to right. And you look at the infield here, Adam Odd, Carson Burns, Kyle Mays, Nolan Mackey-Broda rounding out the infield, and Tyler Plumpton in behind the plate. He'll catch Rosado here this evening. And again, Rosado is an interesting story too. You know, he comes in, his last start coming back on May 29th, he was pitching in Christie Pitts in Toronto. That was that 11-3 victory for the Baycats. Went 5 innings, only gave up the 3 hits, 3 earned runs. Walked 5, but struck out 7 in that as well.
Yeah, he's got 14 strikeouts on the year so far in just a few games. So that's he's definitely a hard thrower.
Yeah, a guy that tries to stay dialed in. Of course, he makes up a big part of that pitching staff. As you get a look at the lineup here for the Guelph Royals, LaRue, Morrow, and Garton in the 1-2-3 spot. They have a lot of firepower with the bats in that lineup. You can see even especially 1 through 5, you have J.D. Williams, who can sub in as a leadoff guy. Garrett Takamatsu, a former IBL Rookie of the Year and MVP in the cleanup spot. But here's Brando LaRue to start things off, and he'll swing at that one and miss for strike 1. Of course, LaRue in his 3rd IBL season, all with the Royals organization. Rosado, the delivery, well outside, evens the count at 1-1. The Markham, Ontario native spent 2023 with Bossier Parish, the NJCAA Division 1, hit 10 home runs and had a .353 batting average, and it's now down in the count 1-2 here on Rosado.
Yeah, he went chasing after that one.
Rosado gets the sign in behind from Plumpton. Here's the delivery. Well inside, 2-2. Looks like he's trying to move him off the plate a little bit there.
Yeah.
Rosado comes in on the 2-2, and LaRue had to duck.
Jeez, another one getting close in on him, on his body there.
Absolutely. We're spent this past spring playing Division 1 NCAA ball, playing for the Florida Atlantic Owls.
Florida's not a bad place to be.
Not a bad place at all. Got a nice suntan, you know. Rosado, the delivery, and he gets a pop into that one. Shallow right field. Bermuda Triangle territory, but coming over to make the catch is Phillips on the run from right. So some good contact made there by Brando LaRue. A good at-bat for him. And this will bring up Connor Morrow, the shortstop. The guy that's been around these parts, knows the Baycats quite well. Of course, won 3 IBL championships with them. 2016, 2017. I was in attendance for the 2019 championship when they took down Kitchener. Scoring down to bunt, but in contact there, strike one.
So yeah, I had to look this one up on the map. He's from Cheltenham, Ontario.
You know where that is?
No.
Here's the delivery. In for strike one. Had a little bit of movement there on Morrow. And that's going to be fouled off.
Good thing there's
of course, Cheltenham is just on the outside of Brampton, just to the northwest, so a little bit closer to here than actually to Barrie, in fact. So it's a little bit closer to home.
Okay, let's go.
Having himself a decent season here as well. Here comes the 0-2. That one's gonna miss him. That's a wild pitch and a half right there. But nobody on base, so it's only gonna be tagged with a ball on the board.
Yes, that's a second one he's got up pretty high.
It's that control. I mean, it's just something you rein in and hope that you don't have to pay for it on the scoreboard when it does get away from you. Here's the 1-2. Inside, just off the black for ball 2.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself composed there.
Of course, Morrow actually yet to record a hit this season, although he only does have the one at bat to his record. Guy who hit .455 in the playoffs a year ago, hit .323 last season in 23 games for the Royals. Swing and a miss, they got him. A swinging strikeout on Connor Morrow, and there's 2 down here in the first. You want to talk about a guy that's having a year. Garton mania, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Garton hitting .750 this season. It hasn't come out as of yet for the Players of the Month, but you have to imagine this guy's got that one wrapped up in the bag.
Yeah, for sure. 4 games, 4 long balls as well, so definitely power there.
The delivery, and that's going to cross Broadway for strike one. I was talking with Dino Ramel, the field manager here for the Royals. One thing he pointed out, this guy can go 2 for 3 tonight and still have his average drop. That's how good he has been this season, folks.
Yeah, we saw him warm up during batting practice too, and I tell you, he looked like Hulk Hogan out there.
He really did. The 0-1 well outside. You know, and this is a crucial point here. You got to try and keep it out of Garton's wheelhouse. He's been hitting everything that moves.
Because even last year, very respectable .310 batting average.
And this is a guy that hasn't been healthy in the last couple of seasons. Struggled with some injury woes. Now fully healthy, and it's really showing here in the batter's box through 4 games. The 1-1 swing, and that's going to be chopped right toward the Baycats dugout area. Has 11 RBI. You mentioned it already, Steve. 4 home runs. There's former Kitchener Panther. Played for the Hamilton Cardinals in 2021. That's a wild pitch. Again, that one goes way high.
Jeez.
Right above the head of the catcher Plumpton and the home plate umpire, Matt Neely. Your umpires, by the way, Matt Neely is behind home plate, as mentioned, the crew chief. Mike Guthrow is over at first, and Danya Newell is over at third.
Yeah, you don't want to get tagged by one of those, I'll tell you.
No, those are some heaters. Here's the 2-2. Well outside. That'll make the count full here.
Yeah, you can tell he doesn't want to give him anything.
Oh, again, with the way he's been hitting, why would you?
Well, he's also got 3 walks on the season, too.
Yes, he does.
So, yeah. I guess the word's out.
Well, he's been around these parts. People have known about Josh Garton for many, many years, but he hasn't been this hot. Here comes the 3-2. Knocked down foul again, stays in it. Of course, his best season coming into this year, he hit .346 for the Royals back in 2018. As mentioned, 4 home runs. The Royals as a team have 12 on the year so far. He's 1 in every 3 home runs has been off the bat of this man. The 3-2 fouled off again.
I also see here he was in the minors for the Cincinnati Reds from 2009 to 2011.
That's right. He's a 12th round draft pick of the Reds back in 2009. By the way, on my drive to Nashville during the long weekend a couple weeks ago, actually drove through Cincinnati to get there, and my goodness, it is something to behold. These big stadiums, of course, the Red Stadium and Paycor Stadium right next to each other where the Bengals play. You think they're big, you don't understand just how big they are unless you see it in person. I'll say that right now. Here's the 3-2, swing and a miss, they got him. Josh Garton goes down on strikes. Rosado's got 2 Ks on the evening, and the Baycats lead this one after 1 inning of play by a score of 1-0.
So,
as you'll see the position there, and a pitch that dipped down as it was being delivered to the plate. You see Garton swinging through it there. 20 pitches, 12 of them going for strikes. As again, we're getting set for the dog days of summer. A number of fans here bringing out their pups. A couple of Baycats actually bringing their pups out this evening as well.
Have you seen any Baycats, though?
I have not.
Okay.
I mean, I see a full dugout of them, but, you know. I see what you're throwing at me, partner.
You see.
So Noah Hull, Brad McQuinn, and Tyler Plumpton due up here for the Baycats. Again, as a team, hitting .296 coming into tonight, 37 runs, 34 runs against. You know, something that one of their now players threw out there last year, saying maybe that was a little mid, a little average, if you will. The second they caught wind of playing average, well, they really shot up the standings, to say the very least, and again became a force in this league.
Yeah,
Hi, Chris Lazar.
They do seem to, have a good outing each season. They're always up there near the top.
Hey, 6-time IBL six in a row, I should mention. 6-time IBL champions in that route. They actually have won it 7 times, of course. They won the title back in 2005 before going off for 6 straight between 2014 and 2019. Noah Hull, the DH. First pitch he sees is going to be fouled back.
Yeah, he's from just down the 401 in Toronto.
Yeah, right in the Scarborough area. First IBL season. Manager Josh Matlow comparing him to Liam Wilson with that power bat. Of course, Liam Wilson Longtime Kitchener Panther, also played for the Hamilton Cardinals. Still waiting to see where he suits up here in 2024. The 0-2 is going to be fouled off.
So he's batting a very good .357 this year so far, and in the 4 games he's played.
And a guy, again, he's the DH tonight, but he can play the infield. He can play the outfield. He's a guy that's a utility player. Holds off on the swing there. Goes down low for ball 1.
Yeah, and you need those utility guys for just to plug in here and there when you know, you never know when someone's just not ready to go.
Hey, you got guys in this league that, you know, play by the Ohtani rule. They'll pitch and they'll play in the position as well. Knocked over, grabbed there by Garten. Garten will beat Hull to the bag, and that's a 3 unassisted on your scorecard for the opening out of the inning. So Brad McQuinn comes up, the left fielder. From Penetanguishene in his 3rd IBL season. Hasn't played as much, only played in 19 games last year. He's seen as a runner who can play the outfield. He's a depth option guy as well. He's quickly up in the count there, 1-0.
This is a hometown boy from Barrie.
Yeah.
A few of them on the team.
Swing and a miss for strike 1, and that's kind of the IBL setup in a nutshell, Steve. I mean, you see a lot of teams kind of dig into their local pool. You know, guys that work up from their junior teams and find their way into the IBL lineups. And there's one right down Broadway for strike 2. And, you know, especially in the early goings of this year, you still have guys that, you know, will still be in school in the first couple of weeks of the season. So they're using a lot more of their juniors. There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. And because he dropped it, we'll go for the strike him out, throw him out there. Second strikeout of the evening for Evan Grills.
So he's getting a bit of his footing here in the 2nd inning. You know, he's getting his rhythm going, and he's getting some good pitches there across the plate.
It's kind of what you need. Bring a guy in, tell him to throw strikes. Now Tyler Plumpton at the dish. Well inside for ball 1.
He's sporting a nice 429 batting average this year.
Here's the 1-0. Inside again. Doesn't clip him.
I can't believe that didn't.
Plumpton losing his balance there. He'll go back into the batter's box here.
Good agility to get out of the way of that.
Of course, Grills trying to read that book there on Plumpton. Just trying to pitch inside, not really giving him too much. Maybe trying to get a pitch in on the hands. The 2-0. That's right across Broadway for strike 1. Good pitch delivered there by the starting pitcher for the Royals. The 2-1, Plumpton will put it into center field. It'll drop for a base hit. So Plumpton is aboard here in the 2nd.
So they avoid the 1-2-3 inning.
So Carson Burns now due up for his first at-bat of the evening. That was just a good, solid hit there by Plumpton. Saw the pitch coming his way again. Early in the at-bat, things were a little bit more in on his hands. Saw it go a little bit more out, more towards the center of the plate, and made no mistake putting it into center field right in front of Williams. Throw over to first. They're going to get him off the bag. No, it misses Garten altogether and into foul territory, out of play, and that's a free 90 feet there for Tyler Plumpton.
Yeah, that's the danger of trying that quick pick play.
Put it on your scorecard as an E1. Of course, Neil Srivastavu right next to me doing the scorekeeping here tonight. Usually in a broadcast booth with me. Ball 1 here on Carson Burns. Grills gets the sign. Out, and it paints part of the black on the outside for strike one. Of course, as mentioned, Grills just signing with the Royals organization. Makes the quick trip here, swing and a miss for strike two. Made that long drive over from Ottawa, and it seems like he's starting to dial in a little bit here. Big 6'4" frame.
Yeah, you can see this.
He's a big boy.
Tall guy.
The 1-2, strike three, got him. That'll end the inning. Another strikeout for Evan Grills as we'll head to the bottom of the second. It is still 1-0 Barrie over the Guelph Royals here at Hastings Stadium.
So definitely a lot better inning for Guelph there in the outfield, eh, Mark?
A little bit better, yes.
You know, they're starting to get their feet under them, and like you said, coming in, you know, Evan Grills just, you know, getting a feel for the league again and getting this footing under him.
That's the thing, right? It's a feeling out process. It's, you know, it is. They don't want to say, okay, it's a league below where you're usually playing in the Frontier League, but you know, the IBL is a different beast, and it's a beast that has been ever changing over the years. You know, a league that, you know, had its struggles with the pandemic. Of course, there was a little bit of issues related to COVID that impacted some teams in terms of, you know, bringing in certain players. I know Kitchener, for example, had a bit of struggles bringing in import players for an entire season. Didn't do too badly, I will say, but you know, again, guys are, you know, slowly trying to feel their way in, and again, as things are ever changing, scoring is a little bit down compared to what we've seen in years past. Although you are still seeing some lopsided scoring. Look no further than the Royals and their 27-6 shellacking of the Panthers back on May 19th.
Yeah, like, you know, a lot of sports teams had to go through some pains during COVID, but you know, there's other things too, which I know a game earlier I was doing this season, you know, one of the players had visa problems getting in here. So talking with the manager before the game, would have taken him like 60 days to get it corrected. He said it's just not worth it for the length of the season.
Yeah, I mean, you only get so many cards, and you can only have 4 imports on each team. By the way, you can have a 5th import starting next year. That is a rule that has been put in place, voted in by the board of directors before this season. So going to have a 5th import that they can work with. It'll be interesting to see what that does for the dynamic here in the IBL. Garrett Takamatsu, the DH, here tonight, and he'll take a first pitch well outside for ball 1.
So yeah, just the 4th batter for the Guelph Royals, where Barrie's gone through the order already.
Well, it was a 1-2-3 bottom of the first for Cesar Rosado, and that one's down right under the knees for ball 2. As mentioned, here Takamatsu actually ended up coming back into the league as a manager with the Toronto Maple Leafs. But of course, that had to do with, you know, some of the injury woes that he's had to deal with. But again, guy that's pretty healthy here now. Chopper down the third base line. That's going to go foul. Again, Tack is a North York native, playing in his 6th IBL season. First time wearing a jersey that is not encrusted with the maple leaf.
He's got a .353 average this season so far, so he's swinging the bat okay.
2-1 right on the outside for strike 2. Of course, was the league MVP back in 2021, part of that Maple Leafs team that went to the final against London. Of course, the Maple Leafs went to the finals against the Majors 2 years in a row. Majors ended up winning 2 straight IBL championships. The 2-2, and there's strike 3. Takamatsu goes down looking. Quick word there to the home plate umpire, and he'll just walk off.
For your center fielder,
Third strikeout of the ball game for Rosado, and that'll bring up J.D. Williams, the center fielder. He's played in the Canadian American Association, former Cincinnati Reds draft pick as well.
Yeah, they got a few on this team.
And that's going to cross for strike one. Getting word that is actually Hayden Jaco's dog that we had on the screen not too long ago as J.D. Williams chops that one in on the hands. It goes foul. Of course, Jaco is on the bench. Not in the starting nine. Swing and a miss for strike three, and already Cesar Rosado has 4 strikeouts in this ball game. He is bringing heat here tonight for the Barrie Baycats.
Yeah, and he looks like a better control this inning.
Of course, 20 pitches going into after the first inning, I should say. 12 of them going for strikes. David Stanley, the right fielder. It's a call up from the junior ranks here now.
Yeah, he's only 18. Connor State College in Oklahoma.
It's a good part of the U.S. Get some barbecue down there. Just need a good brisket every now and then. Swing and a miss for strike one. You know, just that fall off the fork kind of brisket.
What do you need a fork for?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just falls apart in your hands. I'm making the fans at home hungry.
You're making me hungry.
It's a good thing I ate already. You know, credit to Meltwich. Great pregame meal here for the Rogers TV crew. Upstairs for ball 2. 2-1 the count here now on Stanley. Talking about spice here now in the broadcast booth.
I had the spicy, the Nashville hot spicy chicken poutine.
The 2-1 is going to cross the plate for strike number 2, just above the knees there on Stanley.
I'll tell you, talking about spice, Rosado's bringing the heat today.
Yes, he is. Cesar Rosado, the 2-2. And that's going to be sent out of play near the Rogers TV truck.
I parked over there. It's not too close.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea, partner. Probably not a good idea.
Live and learn, eh?
Exactly. You only learn when there's a baseball stuck in the middle of your windshield. The 2-2. Chopper down the third base line, but it's going to roll foul. Into the open grassy area in front of the Royals dugout. Although it's not really much of a dugout per se, as it is more of just an enclosure here at Hastings Stadium. Of course, a beautiful ballpark here. You can see Exhibition Park just out in the distance as well. And the wind has really died down. The flags in center field have completely just gone to a stop. And that's going to be popped up. Playable in the infield. And it's going to be nabbed up by Carson Burns. So another 1-2-3 inning, and the Baycats remain ahead by a score of 1-0 through 2 innings of play. And for Rosado, he only needed 15 pitches in that inning to get through it. He's up to 35 pitches through 2 innings of work. And again, for him, again, you got your 4 strikeouts. You have your 1, 2, 3 first and second inning. But you kind of want to see maybe some of those pitch counts, inning per inning, go down a little bit. You might want to see it go into the 10 to 12 pitches per inning if you're really bringing it. You don't want to end up, in the 6th and the 7th inning, and you're really, you're well into the triple digits. I mean, you're not in Owen Boone territory by any means. Let me say that right now. But you don't want to end up in 115, 120, and you're really losing a lot of muster, and you're into a big part of the ball game.
Yeah, I can feel that too. Yeah. So, really, he's not too far off the mark. If he's getting like 13 to 15 per inning right now, a little below. So, if he just needs to get a few of those wild pitches under control, and he seemed to do better in the second inning than he did in the first.
Well, speaking of a guy that did really well in the second inning of work was Evan Grills right here. He had 23 pitches in the first inning. Only needed 15 to get out of the second.
Yeah, and then, not a 1, 2, 3 inning, but got him in 4. So that's definitely getting his footing and getting an improvement on the mound there.
And there's your screen right now. 1 run for the Baycats off of 2 hits, both of them singles. They have walked. Of course, that was Kenise Ijo to lead things off in this game. The Royals have a pair of errors, in fact. The Royals also looking for their first hit. Very un-Royals-like through 4 games this year. And speaking of the man who walked to lead off the game, Kenise Ijo will step in for his second at-bat of this Tuesday night.
Yeah, walked to first and then 2 stolen bases.
The delivery, and that's going to be popped up. Foul territory. Garton, does he have a beat on it? Looking around, and he makes the catch.
I hope he's all right. He went hard into that.
Josh Garton, unbelievable. Crashed right into the bench area, but he made the catch. Put that one in for your plays of the week, folks. Talk about putting your body on the line.
Yeah, he looks no worse for the wear, but yeah, got up pretty gingerly there.
Or did he catch it? Ijo's still in the box. It went out of, okay, so that's out of play area.
Oh.
So just keep this in mind, folks. Anything after the track, there's a ball there. I did kind of jump the gun there, but that's kind of needing to know the dimensions a little bit more. They don't really have a set, here's what's in play, here's what's out of play. They define it here at Hastings Stadium as anything after the track, and the seating there is just after the track. So despite making an unbelievable catch, that is a travesty and a half right there.
Yeah, you worry about getting hurt, and when you're out of bounds already.
So here's the 2-1 coming up here on Ijo. Downstairs, 3-1.
He had a long.
Yeah, they really have to mark that off a little bit more.
He had a long at bat, his first up to start off the game.
Yes, he did. The delivery, and that one's going to get over. Good grab there by Morrow, but he's not going to be able to make the play. He snagged it, he fell, and he just couldn't get over. And that's going to be a single there for Ijo to lead things off here in the third. And again, keep in mind, Ijo is that stolen threat, that stolen base threat. As you'll see the pitch there, and trying to look for that bottom outside corner. A good job there by Morrow. You know, if anything there too, that takes away that double, because it, or rather, probably still get a single out of that one just based on where that went. As Maeve squares up to bunt, it'll be strike one. Just the way where that was too, knocks it down, keeps it in front of him, He's got a partner right in front of him there as well. Williams did kind of shore up toward the shallow part of center field. So if anything, if it gets by Morrow, it gets in front of Williams, and Williams can reduce it to a single anyway. But still, good job there by Morrow to really stay with that play.
Yeah, that was good athleticism.
So Kyle Maves, he hit a single his last time up. Also a stolen base threat. He stole a bag back in the first, as they'll get Ejo back.
That was part of that double steal.
Yes, indeed. Well, in fact, Ejo got the stolen base to second, but he got home. It's officially on the books as an E3. Swing and a miss for strike 2. But again, you go back to that catch from Garten. You wonder what that might do to him.
Yeah, like you said, if he's been dealing with injuries the last little bit, you don't want to take too many risks.
And Grills, the lefty, back over to first, and again, really worried about Ejo over there at second base.
Well, this is almost carbon copy of the first inning.
And just trying to keep him off the bag. Ejo sneaks over. And he's going to go. That's going to be popped up. Playable here in the infield. This is Brando LaRue. He'll come over and make the catch, and Ejo will get back to first.
Third baseman number 26, Adam Odd.
So first out of the inning. That'll bring up Adam Odd, who struck out his last time up. Of course, coming into tonight, Ejo, just to get back on his stat line, a perfect 4 for 4 on stolen bases this season. He had 26 stolen bags for the Baycats last year. That one's going to get away from Garten, and Ejo will get over to second pretty easily.
That's a couple times now.
If anything, that would be probably an E1. Getting the nod from the scorekeeper. Swing and a miss by Odd for strike 1. Now Ejo in scoring position.
Adam, of course, struck out his first time up.
Yes, he did. Odd, as mentioned, batting .207 this year. And trying to bring it into the strike zone was Ash, but didn't frame it up to the liking of the home plate umpire. And Matt Neely says that's a ball. And there's a strike. Again, Odd, a member of the Baycats for the last few years, played in Toronto, as mentioned before, played in Burlington. Say, IBL All-Star back in 2015. Remember those days when they actually had All-Star games. Of course, we will have the All-Star game this season. It's coming back to Welland on July 20th. The runner's going to go, and they're not going to test Ejo. He got a great jump over there at second, and that is another free 90 there for Ejo on the stolen base. Man, that guy can run.
Yeah, reminds me of Ricky Henderson, if you want to talk about pros.
Yeah.
Like, that guy just had a jump on him.
And just the way he reads the play, and that one's going to be sent up high into the outfield. Is it going to drop? It will drop. Ejo will come in to score easily. Make it 2-0 Barrie. As Adam Odd skies that one into the outfield, and the outfielder's unable to make the catch. Officially marked off as a double.
Yeah, just a nice little poke in between the center and left fielder there. Neither one of them really comfortable, like really going for it there.
Give the ribby to Adam Odd. Swing and a miss by Mackie Broda. Was grounded out his last time up. And he fouls that one away. Saskatoon native. Again, as mentioned before, making his first appearance in the IBL this season. That one down low.
Just a bit outside.
Count now 1-2 to the former Minnesota Twins free agent signing. This was assigned to Fort Myers, playing some AAA ball, or single A ball, I should say. Got released in March of last season. And is down in the dirt again. And that pitch count really starting to ramp up here for Grills.
Yeah, they're really, they're at bats. They're really dragging it out on Grills.
Well, and I think they really know that book here on Grills, knowing that he made the travel. And that one's set up high. That one's going to go deep. And that one is gone. Nolan Mackie Broda with a long ball. Make it 4-0 Barrie, as that is a no-doubter to right field.
And you could hear it when it hit the bat. Just a perfect swing on that one.
The 2-run shot from Mackie Broda.
And we're still only at 1 out with here.
As you'll see the delivery here, and whew, second home run of the season for Mackie Broda. Here's the 1-0 down underneath the knees of Ricky Phillips, who flew out to right field his last time up. And that one's going to be fouled off.
I believe he might have been the one that was just outside on the foul line.
Yeah, just inside. It was credited as it was marked down as an F9, but not an FF9. Of course, an FF9, the difference there is that the catch is made in foul territory. That one's going to be put fair, but lined right over to the left fielder, Nellis. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 away. Now Noah Hull comes up. He led off the second inning. Now that you're down 4-0 here, if you're the Royals, this is where you really have to just try to close down this inning and get back and try to put some pressure on Cesar Rosado, who's having a heck of a ball game. 6 up, 6 down for the Barrie starter.
Yeah, they got to get its. They got to get some more some hits, or at least getting his arm a little more tired with some more pitches.
Get some guys on base, force him to looking behind, keep his head on a swivel. Of course, hasn't given up a hit so far in this game. The 0-2 to Hull, just under the knees. And if you're just joining us, Baycats got 1 in the first. And there's strike 3. That will end the inning. So as mentioned, got 1 in the first. They tack on 3 more here in the third. The Royals are up to bat here now in the bottom half of the third, but they got some work to do, down 4-0.
Yeah, they got to start getting at Rosado. They're giving him an easy outing here with the 3 up, 3 down innings.
Just getting word here, taking a look. 65 pitches for Evan Grills. That is what he is up to through 3 innings of play. So again, the Baycats get to him in a big way in the third. 4 runs on 3 hits. Actually, I think there's more hits than that. So they have 5 hits now, 3 of them coming in the third, including that 2-run bomb from Nolan Mackey-Broda.
So 65 pitches for Grills. Rosado, 35.
Well, again, that's 1 less inning of work. Keep that in mind.
Yes.
But again, here we have Ohashi, Ash, and Nellis due up. The bottom of the order here for the Guelph Royals. And Cesar Rosado looks like he's in cruise control. At least through 2 innings of work. This can be dangerous. I mean, you think about what this Baycats team did in the offseason. I mean, you go to an IBL final, you build a reputation, you got a lot of bats to work with, but they had a few criticisms in terms of the depth of their pitching. Well, they've really piled that up in a big way.
I have to say it. Ohashi, his last year's team, probably one of my favorite team names. Shibetsu Samurai Blades.
Gotta love it. Where's the second Japanese player to sign straight from Japan? The 0-1 down inside. So Ohashi, Ryosuke Ohashi, playing at third base tonight. Has the 94 birth year. Gets a chopper, a 2-hopper over to Maves, and they'll get him. So put that one down as a 4-3, and Rosado has now retired 7 straight.
Number 23, Evan Ash.
So Evan Ash, the catcher, wearing number 23, comes up here now, the Acton native.
He's swinging the bat well. He's only been in 1 game, but batting .400 in that game.
You saw the approach there on Ohashi's at bat. Had a very familiar type of swing to Japanese baseball fans. Almost an Ichiro kind of half check swing to try and get that 1-hopper, just in terms of just trying to make contact with the ball. So Ash quickly down 0-1 here with 1 out. The delivery, and that one's just down past the corner. 1-1. Rosado only needed 35 pitches to get out of the second inning. Again, keeping that pitch count a little bit lower. He puts that one into the dirt. And again, I mean, you have the bottom of the order here. Get a few quick outs, get out of this one, and save some of that arm for the top half of the order again. Chopper down the first base line. Gotten there by Mackey-Broda, who hit the home run. And just like that, there's 2 away. As you'll see the approach here, again, just getting in on the, maybe swung a little bit earlier.
Just effective pitching by Rosado.
Absolutely. Let's bring up the junior playing in left field today, Mark Nellis. Swing and a miss. And strike 1. Again, Barrie starting the year 5-2, coming off a 8-5 victory over Chatham-Kent on Saturday. Juan Benitez went in that one, went 5 innings. That was going to be fouled away by Nellis. Just had a 4-0 lead. Chatham-Kent catches up. But you want to talk about depth. All 9 batters for the Baycats in that game on Saturday recorded at least a hit. The 0-2 fouled away.
So this is another 18-year-old from Connors State College in Oklahoma.
Here comes the 0-2 from Rosado. Gets the sign from Plumpton. Positioned a little bit more on the outside. That one's up high. You kind of get a feel of where this pitch might be going, just the way Plumpton is positioning. See, Rosado is, again, just continues to be dialed in here. 4 strikeouts on the night. Looking more outside here again. Swing and a miss. There's strikeout number 5, and that will end the 3rd inning of play. It's Barrie 4, Guelph no score. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have the 4th inning for you. Stay with us. This is IBL Baseball on Rogers TV.
Tuesdays on City TV. It's summer's #1 show. Go for gold.
You think there's no way to top it? This season tops it.
America's Got Talent. All new. Tuesdays 8/7 Central on City TV. Or stream it on City TV Plus.
Here are 3 reasons why your social strategies should include Rogers TV. Reason number 1 is we have hyper-local audiences. The community TV channel gives you a chance to engage with people where you live, so you really get to know your neighbors and they get to know you. Reason number 2 is we can help diversify your distribution. With social media, it's really important to be able to have a wider audience, and Rogers TV can actually help complement your online presence by delivering to a different audience. And it's actually really easy to repurpose your existing content or to just create new material specifically tailored for community TV. And finally, reason number 3 is we can help enhance your credibility and your trust. And by aligning your brand with Rogers TV, you can tap into that trust that viewers have. This can boost your reputation, especially among viewers who favor local businesses and value community involvement. 1, 2, 3. It's that easy to build your local audience with Rogers TV.
Welcome to the kitchen of Chef Jasjeet Kaur. Join her as she teaches you how to make traditional Indian recipes and giving cultural twists from all around the world. Remember, love is the key ingredient, and you're in the kitchen with Chef Jasjeet.
Welcome back to IBL Baseball here on Rogers TV. Just during that commercial break there, a very quick at-bat for Brad McQuinn. First pitch he saw flies out to right field, and just like that, there's already 1 out here in the 4th.
Well, this is what Guelph has to start doing. They got to get these quick outs. Get back up at bat.
Keep that pitch count down. 65 pitches for Evan Grills, with Tyler Plumpton now here at the dish. Singled his last time up. Already up in the count, 2-0. The lefty hurls, and that's going to go off of the black. Very quick 3-0 count here for Plumpton. See if he gets the green light to swing here. Right down Broadway for strike one, and Plumpton just stared it down the whole way.
Yeah, that seemed a bit inside, so I can see why he kind of held off on that. Just caught the inside corner.
3-1, inside again for strike two. Good pitch positioning there, good location by Grills on those last two pitches. The first one right down Broadway, the second one catches a little bit more inside, and that's going to be popped up. Foul territory, it goes past the area, and Josh Garton, I think, learned his lesson from the first time. Don't worry about it, it's already out of play. Don't have to show off the heroics there and put your body on the line for a ball that doesn't count.
Yeah, for sure. Plus the little bit of stands there where it wasn't in his way this time.
Well, plus right in behind the stands, just so happens to be our Rogers TV truck putting us on the air here tonight. That one's inside for ball four. And Tyler Plumpton will get a free 90.
Shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns.
So this brings up Carson Burns, the shortstop.
He struck out in the second period, second inning, last time up.
Your mind's still on lacrosse from last Friday. To a number of different sports here.
Shouldn't be. I was at the ball game last night.
Yes, you were. Got yourself a bobblehead. One of those City Connect bobbleheads from Rogers Center.
Yeah, very heavy.
Swing and a miss. That was a heavy swing by Burns.
Nice. That's what they call a segue.
Yes, yes, indeed. Try to bring some weight to this broadcast. Although eating that Meltwich sandwich, I think I brought an extra 10 pounds. That one's popped up high. Playable into center field. Williams will track it down and make the catch.
Center fielder, number 9, Kenise Ejo.
So this brings up Kenise Ejo, his third appearance in this game.
Will it be his third run?
I mean, that's the question. Again, walked and scored in the first, singled and scored in the third, has a pair of stolen bases to his credit here tonight.
Yeah, as you alluded, the other one wasn't on an air, but still able to score on it. On the double steal. Well, attempted double steal.
That one's knocked over to third. Good scoop up there. They'll get the one, and that will end the inning. Good job there by Ohashi to get that ball at the hot corner and get the runner Plumpton. That will end the top half of the fourth. Barrie will strand a runner, but they remain up top 4-0 here at Hastings Stadium on a Tuesday night.
Well, Guelph is still staying alive.
So that puts the pitch count for Evan Grills at 77. So a little bit better there. Only a 12-pitch inning for the lefty. And again, he's still got to deal with Cesar Rosado, who has yet to give up a hit.
Yeah, we're finally seeing someone for the second time up. Brando LaRue fielded out to right field his first at bat.
Yeah, Rosado has retired 1 through 9 here in this game. And no, I'm not talking perfect game for the sake of jinxing it, because I don't believe in jinxes.
Yeah, he can't hear us, so it's not like we have any effect on this game whatsoever.
But again, you know, it's a marvel to behold to see what he's up to here tonight. 5 strikeouts, 47 pitches delivered to the plate. But again, Guelph has really got to start getting into this and start getting some barrels on the bats. Because again, as mentioned, 5 strikeouts. You've had 9 guys go to the plate, 5 of them go down on strikes. A couple of flyouts. You had the 1 ground out as well. So you are starting to make contact. It's about 50-50 in terms of contact. But they got to start putting it in and start generating some runs here in the early going.
Especially they're getting into the meat of their batting order here with the, some high batting averages.
Fouled away by LaRue. Again, if you're just joining us, 1 run in the first for the Barrie Baycats. They got 3 in the third. That is where we stand right now. Rosado, the delivery, in for strike 2. Again, bottom of the 4th, nobody out. The delivery well outside. A 1-2 count.
Getting a little bit dusk out here now. We got the lights on.
The lights have been on for a little bit. They just don't get really noticeable until the sun starts to dip a little bit more here.
Yeah.
8:43 Eastern. Just a little over an hour played. Well outside. And LaRue working as the second baseman. Trying to bring some of that power that he had in Florida this spring. 48 hits in 57 games. Trio of home runs, 7 stolen bags. And there's some power. Is that going to drop? Yes, it will. There's a base hit. And the Guelph Royals have their first base runner of the ball game. A leadoff single for Brando LaRue. Just what the doctor ordered, with Connor Morrow coming to the dish. Guelph, by the way, batting .357 with runners on board, including 7 home runs.
Yeah, Morrow struck out on his first at bat.
And you think about it too, 12 home runs this season for the Royals. 7 of them have been with runners on board. So that really piles up those runs. And they're going to try to get the 1. They will get the 1, but they won't get the second. And Morrow will reach on the fielder's choice.
Time to crank it up, Royal City. Your first baseman, number 15, Josh Garten.
So LaRue goes down on the 5-4 for those scoring at home.
Or in the ballpark.
Or in the ballpark. You could be listening to us. Of course, we are not only on Rogers TV, but streaming live on the Guelph Royals YouTube page, as is every Guelph Royals home game. Of course, hit that like and subscribe button to get notifications on when the Royals are live on the air. That one's going to be sent out of play by Josh Garten, who struck out his last time up.
This would be a great time for him to launch a long ball.
Garten's got that power. And now Rosado is going to have to be looking over his shoulder just a bit more here now that he's got a runner on base. See what that does in his approach. There's a strike. Quickly the count 0-2.
I'm sure he's quite aware that Morrow could be a potential steal threat.
Garten waits. That's upstairs. Ball 1. Missing high to the outside.
Trying to be patient.
Again, LaRue making his season debut for the Royals. As mentioned before, his 3rd IBL season. This guy's got way more than 3 IPL seasons under his belt as he takes one up high. Garton, a veteran of 10 IBL seasons.
One of the older statesmen on the team at 36.
He's been around these parts. Met him before, played in Kitchener in 2017, played in Hamilton in 2021. The 2-2 is going to be popped up. Playable in center field. Ejo is going to come over and he'll make the catch, 2 away. So again, Garton makes some contact, and that's the one thing that I just talked about. Make contact and force the defense to make plays. And right there, can you see Joe? Well, a rather elementary play, if anything. Pretty academic, as you see him here make the catch. Didn't really have to strive too far over from the 369 sign.
So Garrett Takamatsu, struck out in the second inning as Rosado checks the runner at first.
Yes, he's keeping an eye on him. Of course, Tack, the DH tonight, can play the infield. Another guy that's got a lot of power. There's a strike. Curved more to the outside there. Looked like it was going to hit part of the plate, but broke off. Takamatsu striking out his last time up. And there's another strike hitting the heart of the plate. And that's what we're seeing from Rosado here tonight. A guy that's, really throwing for strikes here. Yeah. Challenging the batters for Guelph.
I was just going to say that. He's not shying away. He's challenging them.
As mentioned, he went 5 his last time out. Looking to wrap 4 here. And that is a strikeout, as Takamatsu will go down swinging. Another strikeout for Cesar. And we are through 4 here at Hastings Stadium. It is Barrie 4, Guelph no score.
It's too bad he couldn't connect there, because Morrow had a good jump there to get to second. All for naught.
61 pitches for Cesar Rosado through 4 innings of work, and there you can see Hayden Jaco, who's working the bench but keeping himself occupied.
Looks like we got a new pitcher. 22. That's Reese Montgomery.
Bryce Montgomery is into the ball game here. Of course, recently signed.
Now pitching for the Royals, number 22, Reese Montgomery.
So for Reese Montgomery, this is his 2nd appearance of the season. Let's see what he can do here, the Mississauga native. Just 21 years of age. A big lefty, 6'5", 240 pounds. Was with the Maple Leafs organization 2 years ago.
He's only pitched 2 innings, but no runs allowed in those 2 innings.
Of course, he came on in relief in that 4-0 victory over the Maple Leafs back on May 18th. Technically the first win of the season, or the first game of the season on the books for the Guelph Royals. Of course, the previous couple of nights was rained out.
Yeah, and Reese was.
A 2-0 lead in Hamilton. That's expected to be resumed at the end of the month.
Reese was awarded with the win in that game.
Yes, he was upstairs, and evens the count at 1-1. with Kyle Maves here at the dish. Downstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Maves got a single his first at bat and flied out in his second.
And that's going to be popped foul down the third baseline. Again, getting some good pop there is Kyle Maves. And again, this is what you like to see. This is why you retire an Ejo back in the 4th. You don't want him on base again, as Maves will fight that one off. And Maves in his 3rd game of the season. The 2-2 holds off on the swing as it comes right inside. And he's got a full count. Montgomery with the delivery. That one's fought off again.
Yeah, Maves chasing that one a bit.
And the leadoff batter here for the Baycats, making Montgomery work for it. The delivery, and another one is fouled off. Just continues to work this at bat. And there's a swing and a miss. And after about half a dozen pitches there, a strikeout of Kyle Maves. So this will bring up Adam Odd, wearing number 26, doubled and scored his last time up. And that one's going to cross the heart of the plate for strike 1. An Odd in his 8th game of the year. Has played in all 7 games so far for the Baycats. Pretty usual. A regular here for Josh Matlow's crew.
Doubled back in the 3rd.
Yeah, there's the 1-1 outside.
Credit him with 1 RBI.
I mean,
bringing Ejo home.
He's got a lot of power. Hit 390 a year ago and 328 back in 2022. There's a swing and he gets a piece of it. Of course, not really a home run kind of hitter, although he did knock 6 over the wall last season. Tied a career high, hit 6 big bombs in 2016 for Burlington. Back in his Bandit days as he fouls one away.
And he was an IBL first-team All-Star last year, so, you know, batting 390, 27 RBIs on the season, so.
And for the record, I voted for him for the broadcaster All-Star count. And that one's going to be knocked over to LaRue. LaRue gets it on the hop over to first, and they will get him. Scored on the 4-3, and Montgomery has retired the first 2 batters he's seen.
So this is a lot better for Guelph. Have a quick 1-2-3 inning. Try and get their bats going.
Maki Broda, who hit one over the right field fences last time up. See what he can do here against a different lefty. That one right across the heart of the plate for strike 1. Delivery again, good location there from Montgomery. Goes a little bit higher on that pitch, a little bit more to the outside. Has a lot of heat behind it too. The 0-2, that one just upstairs.
He's going to get him second guessing, you know, if he's getting those strike calls on the outside.
The delivery into the dirt, that's not going to be called a strike any day of the week. But again, that also comes into play with Ash in behind the plate, you know, trying to frame in a proper way, maybe turning a ball into a strike. Swing and a miss, he got him. A 1-2-3 inning for Reese Montgomery here in the 5th. Barrie, though, still with the 4-0 lead over the Guelph Royals, and the Royals will now go with Williams, Stanley, and Ohashi here in the bottom half of the inning, and Cesar Rosado is still up.
Would you want to take him out with how he's doing today?
No.
No.
20 pitches needed for Montgomery there to get out of the inning, but again, most of those coming in that lengthy at-bat against Kyle Maves. And that's what you do. You try to take these guys out and force the other team to really, you know, work deep into the bullpen. Of course, it's only Tuesday night, but you start thinking about the weekend. Of course, Guelph will be in Brantford on Friday night, 8 o'clock. Maybe make it 8:20, 8:30, because of course the old wise tale around the IBL parts, the sun delay at Arnold Anderson Stadium in Brantford will delay that 8 p.m. first pitch for about 20-25 minutes, depending on what time of the year it is. It's roughly around the time of the year where it's about 20-25 minutes. Anyway, the Royals will then host Toronto Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
You'll be able to turnaround.
It's a very quick turnaround, yes. Right here at Hastings Stadium. You know, the Maple Leafs, you know, a team that's 2-7 on the year, but you know, a team that can scare you. They have a lot of firepower, just haven't been able to get the results early on this season. Who's a good dog?
So Williams struck out his first at-bat in the second inning.
Of course, J.D. Williams, a 2-run home run against Kitchener on Saturday in that very quick game. Has hits in all 4 games so far this year. 98 career IBL hits. So maybe looking for a 2-hit game here and reach the century mark. Up in the count here, 1-0. That was the 62nd pitch delivered by Rosado. That one into the dirt. Well downstairs, 2-0. And you know, for the Baycats as well, Steve, when you look at their bench, yes, they have a bunch of pitchers in there. But you know that they'd rather have Rosado try and stretch out as much as he can here, as that one's going to be well outside and down.
Well, it's always good if you don't have to dip into your reliever pool, especially if you got a couple of games coming up, busy weekend, and plus, you know, just the way Rosado's pitching, why would you want to take him out?
Home and home coming up for the Baycats against London, starting in London on Friday. Follow that up on Sunday afternoon in Barrie, as that one sent down the line, but it's going to go foul. So again, Barrie 5-2 on the year. Last time out, an 8-5 victory over Chatham-Kent. Lost 11-1 against Hamilton on May 30th. Frank Garces, who was actually my IBL MVP vote from last year, going 5 1/3. The 3-1. That one through the hole, and that will get into the outfield for a base hit. Good patience there from J.D. Williams, and a leadoff single for the Royals center fielder.
That was a good at bat. You know, he battled, waited for his pitch, and he was connecting, even with the foul ball.
Make that 99 career IBL hits for J.D. Williams. And this will bring up David Stanley. And again, if you're the Royals, you know, you're into the 5th inning here. You got to start getting to Rosado. You've seen what he's delivered here so far, as that one's going to be popped up. Playable perhaps? No, that one's going to drop out of play. You know, now you've seen what Rosado has been dealing. You see what he's been throwing at you. You're into the, you know, second time up here. You know, now's the time to just start putting balls in play and really just start to get to him a little bit. Put 1 run here, 2 runs there. You don't have to get it all in one shot, but you have to start getting some soon.
Well, Stanley did fly out infield, just outside of the infield hit in the second, so he is making contact, and now he's going to try and progress the runner a bit here, try and get something into scoring position.
And again, it doesn't need to be a big bomb, just put it in play. Get guys into scoring position. Here comes the 0-1. Right down Broadway for strike 2. Again, Stanley, one of 2 juniors in the lineup here tonight for the Royals. Him and Nellis, both junior call-ups. The 0-2 stretching out, trying to get to it. Able to make contact, but unable to get it in play. There's the Royals, undefeated so far this year. 2-0, both at home and on the road. And there's a swing, and got a piece of it, but gets into the glove. So call that a strikeout, and Rosado gets another one down on strikes.
So how many games, Mark, has the Royals had rained out or canceled this season so far?
I've lost count, to be honest with you. Only the couple.
I only ask because, you know, I see some teams in the standings 8 games. Lot was 7. Royals just 4 games completed.
It's just the way it happens. I mean, they should be up to 6 right now by my math. They had actually 2 rained out. One of them was rained out in the 2nd inning. It was back in Hamilton at the beginning of the year. Runner's going to go on the throw over to second, and they're going to get him. J.D. Williams caught stealing for the 2nd out of the inning. Rosado, the delivery, good pop by Plumpton. And that's an easy throw out with Carson Burns there to tag him. And there's strike 1 on Ohashi.
Yeah, he never really seemed to have a good jump on that stolen base attempt.
And there's some contact made over to Mays. Mays can't field it. It rolls underneath the glove, trying to stretch it out for 2, and he will get in there standing up. Ryosuke Ohashi will get in to scoring position with 2 away. And that's a routine play that Maves, usually makes, but it's a hard hit ball and it rolls underneath the glove. We're still trying to figure out how we want to score it here in the booth. But either way, Ohashi is on base in scoring position. Guelph hitting .344 with runners in scoring position this year. Evan Ash, the catcher, will swing at that one and miss. So we are going to call it, at the moment, a double for Ohashi. It was a hard hit ball, but it was a slow roller through the infield and into the outfield. A broken bat. That one gets over to first in time. A broken bat out for Evan Ash. And the Royals cannot cash in the run. Evan Ash out. And now we are through 5 innings of play. Stay with us. You are watching IBL Baseball on Rogers TV.
You don't win it to keep it, you win it to be a part of its history. Always hard to see the difference between winning and losing.
The quest for the hardest trophy to win in sports.
What happens with Bitcoin scams is a person maybe even be researching investments, how to invest, how to make money. And what will eventually happen is they might receive a targeted ad, or they might receive contact from somebody claiming to have an investment opportunity. The person will be enticed by really profitable investments in a short period of time. So that enticement will make the victim believe that it's almost an opportunity too good to miss. The victim will then send funds to the person who they've been dealing with as directed. They'll be given sometimes access to a fake website that makes them believe that their somewhat small investment is growing astronomically. They're enticed to send more money. They'll believe that they have all this money. They want to withdraw that money. The fraudster will then say, okay, no problem, you can withdraw your money, but you have to pay upfront taxes. They will never actually get their money. They'll be met with another upfront tax or fee. Money will just keep snowballing.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government supports.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
Welcome back to IBL Baseball here on Rogers TV. 6th inning just getting underway here as Ricky Phillips will swing at the first offering from Montgomery for strike 1. Evan Grills going 4 innings for the Royals in his Royals debut here tonight. And first game this season, obviously. 4 innings of work, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Walked 2 and struck out 4. 77 pitches, 49 of them going for strikes for Evan Grills. Montgomery, the 0-2 offering into the dirt.
So Ricky's flied out to left field, flied out to right field.
Looks like Williams is feeling left out.
Ah, there you go.
As we are officially under the lights. No breeze here, and there's a strikeout. Cash that one for Montgomery.
He's looked good since he's come in.
3 strikeouts for Reese Montgomery here so far. You know, this is exactly what, well, I said it before, what the doctor ordered if you're the Royals here. Grills getting roughed up a bit through 4 innings of work. Of course, that big 3rd inning for the Baycats, that one goes into the dirt, including a home run from Nolan Maki-Broda. Canisidro has crossed the plate twice. The 1-0 well outside. Canisidro also crossed in the 3rd inning. It was an RBI double for Adam Odd, who then later came in to score on the home run. The 2-0 swing and a miss. Noah Hull, the DH here tonight. The delivery right down Broadway. 2-2. Of course, Hull Played for the UMary Marauders, playing some Division II NCAA. Upstairs, 3-2. Of course, was a standout on that team, was named to the All-Northern Sun second team this past season, also a former Canadian junior team member. Quite the resume. The 3-2 is going to be fouled off. And Baycats 4, Guelph no score. Baycats seven home runs on the season, make it 8 home runs, and there's a strikeout. The 4th K for Reese Montgomery. Let him cook, folks. Reese Montgomery, 5 batters retired since coming in.
He was playing with the Guelph Griffins, obviously attending Guelph University.
Yes, indeed. And that's going to be fouled off. In behind the screen. Swing and a miss. Looks like he got a bit of it, but
yeah, I thought I heard a little clip there.
A little clip. Count is now 0-2 with 2 away. Again, Montgomery only needed 20 pitches to get through the 5th. Swing, and he went through. And there is strikeout number 5 for Reese Montgomery. He is al fuego here so far. He strikes out the side here in the 6th. We're heading to the bottom half of the inning. And the Guelph Royals, again, still some catching up to do, down by 4. It'll be Nellis, LaRue, Morrow due up here for the Royals. And, you know, a team that's known for putting in some offense. A team that's batting .346 coming into tonight as a team.
Yeah, they've got
just the 3 hits on this ball game through 5.
And one reason, Rosado. He is just pitching a very good game tonight.
Rosado is having himself a night. And we'll see what he can do here. 75 pitches in. So again, there you see it on the screen. Nellis, LaRue, and Morrow due up here for the Royals. 3 hits, but it's those 3 errors that I don't want to say necessarily burned them. Of course, 2 of the 4 runs for Barrie came on 1 swing of the bat. And we're starting to get more of a breeze coming in to Hastings Stadium. The flags at dead center flying inward toward the outfield, so the breeze is coming in, if anything, so they're not really going to get too much carry. Well, really, if anything at all, you can see it there on the screen. They're fluttering, they're not necessarily blowing in the wind.
So Nell struck out, in the first, his first at bat at bottom of the 3rd.
Now watch that one go across for strike 1. A little bit lower, if anything, there, but does paint a bit of the black in the lower end of the strike zone. Playing in left field here tonight. Outside. Count now 1-1.
So Nell's batting at .231 this season, so you know, he's definitely getting on base every 4th at a bat.
And that one goes outside for ball 2. Rosado having a little bit more of a conversation with maybe some of his infielders here. Trying to get them in position, perhaps for a ground ball. And that one's going to be sent down the line, but fouled away. But if you're the Royals lineup, I mean, now's the time with Rosado cooking the way he is. Get that pitch count up. Fouled away. Have those lengthy at-bats. Work it. Really, really work it here.
Yeah, he's battling hard.
Maybe take him out of the ball game, or at least get to him. Get a couple of runs on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. They got him. Another strikeout for Cesar Rosado. And that is number 8 on the evening for the Barrie starter, who has given up just 3 hits and has not issued a walk here so far.
So Luru did single on his last at-bat.
And that broke up the perfect play, the perfect game attempt there for Rosado. Back in the 4th. That one high and outside.
And I remember LaRue had a bit of a lengthy at-bat when he did get that single, so if he can get another good lengthy at-bat here.
They call it a working man's league. They need a working man's at-bat here. Swing, and he got a piece of it, and that shook up Plumpton there for just a moment. And again, Barrie, as mentioned before, had that 11-1 loss to Hamilton. The night before in Toronto had an 11-3 victory. So a team that really knows how to, forget about the past and really just kind of focus on what's coming up next, what's ahead of us, what do we need to do next to get onto the winning track. Because again, you go win-loss against Hamilton, but then you capitalize and get an 8-5 victory just a couple of nights later against Chatham-Kent. So,
well, I mean, definitely baseball, pro leagues, they're playing 3 games in a row, 4 games in a row. IBL not quite as much, but there's some nights I see they're playing three games in 4 or 5 nights sometimes. So yeah, they have to have short memories.
LaRue will watch that one go across up high for strike number 2. 2-2 count with 1 out. Here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, glad you can join us here on Rogers TV and on the Guelph Royals YouTube page. Myself and Neil will actually have the call on Saturday when the Maple Leafs come to town for a 1 o'clock start. That one goes outside. But before that, Arnold Anderson Stadium in Brantford, the place to be, Friday night at 8 o'clock when the Royals take on the Red Sox. These aren't your Red Sox of old, folks. I've seen them already this season. They got some power in that lineup. The 3-2 inside, and Brando LaRue gets on. First walk issued here by Cesar Rosado. And that'll bring up Connor Morrow.
But that, for LaRue, first game of the season coming in, he's on base 2 of his 3 at-bats.
That's what you like to see. So for Morrow here, the shortstop, an opportunity. Just play maybe a little bit of small ball here.
Yeah, he hit into a fielder's choice back in the 4th.
Or struck out back in the first of the strikeout victims for Rosado. Chopper into the infield. It stays fair, and going over to touch the bag there is Rosado. So mark that down as the one assisted. And LaRue will advance to second, but there's two down.
And at the volume, the first baseman, number 15, Josh Garten.
And that's just good patience there by Rosado on that play. As you'll see here, the delivery and just a chopper. He sees it, fields it, calmly gets it into the glove, calls off everybody else and says, boys, I got this. And he indeed got this. And now Josh Garten hoping to say, hey boys, I got this.
A couple of runs on the board would be nice right now for Guelph.
Runner in scoring position. That one goes just off the plate outside. Gets the sign. So 11 RBIs for Garten this season. Swing and a miss for strike one.
I was just going to ask you, what do you think's going through Garten's mind right now? But obviously with that swing, he's hitting for the fences.
Well, I mean, this is a guy right here. He is the catalyst so far this year. Again, you're not batting 750 for nothing here. Just put the barrel to the ball. That's really what's going through his mind. But don't try to chase pitches here either. Rosado has been good, very good here this evening. But Garten has seen a whole lot of pitching in this league over the years. If he sees a pitch he likes, he's going to try and go for it. Here comes the 2-1. Holds off up high, just above the hands, and it's a 3-1 count. Again, there is two out. LaRue is over on second base. Rosado just trying to settle down here and take out the deadliest hitter on the Royals so far this season. The runner's going to go, and they're going to not get LaRue going over to third. And of course, that is also a walk issued to Mr. Garten.
Number 4, Garrett Takamatsu.
So this puts runners on the corners here for Garrett Takamatsu. And a mound visit here.
Well, this is the first time. Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
No, it looks like here, you know, you do get 6 mound visits per game when there's not a pitching change coming in. That's a new rule this year, just trying to mirror the MLB. And this here is just try to settle Rosado down. This is the first real trouble he's been in so far in this game.
That's what I was going to say when I was interrupting. It's just the first adversity he's seen this game, really. So, but they're going to let him try and pitch his way out. I think he's earned it.
Well, he has, the way he's been going. I think that was Andrew White that came out there. Didn't look like Matlow.
So Takamatsu has struck out twice this game.
And he's got runners on the corners with 2 away. Swing and a miss. Good location there from Rosado. Again, this is a similar situation to having Garten inside the batter's box. Just try to get barrel to the ball and get the ball in play. Force the defense to make a play. Holds off, and that one's up high anyway for ball 1.
So Takamatsu has 2 home runs and 8 RBIs on the season, so he is also an offensive threat here for Guelph.
Ooh, Brando LaRue. The stutter step off of third base. LaRue threatening there at third. Inside, 2-1. Again, Takamatsu, he's been a premier player in this league over the years. As talked about before, a former IBL MVP, a former Rookie of the Year. comes back to Toronto, hits .313 in 24 games for the Maple Leafs, gets signed by the Royals organization ahead of 2024. Guy familiar with Dino Ramel, of course, those two were together back in Takamatsu's youthful years. There's a swing and a miss.
So Rosado's getting close to 100 pitches now.
He's really leaning up there. Yes, indeed, partner. 75 pitches coming into this inning here. He's already on the 5th batter. Longest inning he's seen so far. Here comes the 2-2. Contact made. That's fouled away. And you know that Takamatsu is going to work this at bat. This will be pitch number 100 about to be delivered to the plate.
Do you usually see them like going well over 100?
Oh yeah. The 2-2, swing and a miss. And pitch number 100 from Cesar Rosado ends the inning. We're through 6 here in Guelph. Barrie remains in the lead by a score of 4-0. What a night for Cesar Rosado. Just unbelievable heat. Walked 2 batters in this inning, the most adversity he's really faced in this game so far, but he gets out of the jam and keeps the Royals off the board.
Well, it's a pitch number 100. Doesn't look like he's been pitching 6 innings.
And that's good location by Rosado. A curveball down into the dirt, down into the bottom corner, forcing the swing from Takamatsu. He got him chasing. And now we have a new pitcher into the ball game here for the Guelph Royals. And that is Darren Shred.
Darren Shred.
Now pitching for the Royals, Darren Shred.
So for Shred, he'll have to deal with the 8, 9, and 1 of the Baycats lineup here in this inning. Sorry, my apologies, folks. They actually marked it down wrong on the score sheet here. That is actually Yomar Concepcion on the mound here. It is not Darren Shred. They have marked Darren Shred down as number 17 here on our scorecards. They have Yomar marked down as number 51. So Yomar probably just grabbed the wrong jersey. A little bit further away from the broadcast booth here, having a couple of technical difficulties here in the booth as well, seeing the screen, but that is indeed Yomar Concepcion, the La Romana Dominican Republic native in his 4th IBL season. Of course, played in the Chinese Professional Baseball League back in 2021 and 2022, a hard-throwing physical right-hander who throws in the low 90s. And again, some work to do here. And that's going to plump Plumpton, or rather just get away from him. Looked like there was a bit of a ricochet off the back, but again, that is Yomar Concepcion, usually wearing number 51, wearing number 17 here tonight. The 1-0 is going to go upstairs.
Maybe it's just his jersey wasn't washed from last game.
Well, I seen his jersey. Probably just grabbed the wrong one. That happens. And that one's right across the heart of the plate. Make it a 2-1 count. Concepcion making his 2nd appearance of the season.
finished one inning with 2 strikeouts.
Made 18 appearances a year ago, including 8 starts. That one's well outside. 3-1. So again, the third pitcher into this game here for the Royals. The delivery, Plumpton plumps that one up high, playable into center field. And Williams fields that one down in center and makes the catch.
Shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns.
So Carson Burns makes his way up to the dish for the 3rd time tonight.
That was Plumpton's first time not getting to base.
Yeah, singled back in the 2nd, reached on a walk back in the 4th. And again, right there, that's a good at-bat if you're Plumpton. May not have gotten on base this time around, but just putting barrel to the ball, making some contact. And there's some contact made into right center field, and that's going to get down and right to the warning track. Circling around second is Burns, and he's going to get on with a stand-up double.
That was a well-hit ball.
Carson Burns with his first hit of the ball game. And you'll see the delivery here. Concepcion gets it a little low. Burns gets underneath it and gets some big pop out of that and really splits the center fielder and the right fielder, Williams and Stanley, all the way to the warning track it went. And Burns was able to get over into scoring position. Barrie threatening here again in the 7th.
So, Tanis Ejo up again. Fourth at bat tonight.
And that is usual here in the IBL. You usually get about 5 at bats if you guys are really going, 6 if you're really cooking. Here comes the 0-1 to Ejo. Ejo over to the shortstop, Morrow over to first, and they'll get him. Burns over to third, but Ejo is retired on the 6-3. And again, that was a pitch that had a bit of rise to it at first, but started to dip down as it reached the plate. Ejo was able to make contact, but unable to reach this time around.
He's hitting well tonight, eh?
Yes, he is. Kyle Maves, 1 for 3 in this game. Hit a single back in the first. And that one's well downstairs, and they're not going to allow Burns to get home on that, as Ash was able to knock it down. It got behind him, but he knocked it down enough where it was a slow roller in behind him. Not enough for Burns to say, I'm getting home here on this one. So no harm, no foul on that one. Again, Concepcion with the location, trying to go a bit down there, forcing Maves on the swing. And that one's up and paints the black to the outside for strike 1.
Yeah, Guelph's really got to try and get out of this inning and hope that Rosado's not coming back out.
Well, Rosado's at 100. You might see him for 1 more. Here's the 1-1 inside, 2-1. With the way Rosado is pitching here tonight, again, I would not be shocked if he comes out for maybe 1 more. But I'm a guy who likes things pretty even, and an even 100 to get out of an inning, I mean, that just sounds nice. Here's the 2-1. Upstairs, 3-1. But then again, the Baycats have not really been nice to the Royals here tonight. 4 runs on the board, and keeping a goose egg on the board here for the home side here at Hastings Stadium on a Tuesday night under the lights.
Yeah, defensively they've played well as well, obviously led by Rosado.
The 3-1, and there's a strike. Maves thought he was going, but he's going to have to get into the batter's box again here. Kind of a 50-50 pitch there, and Matt Neely calls it a strike.
Yeah, that bat was nearly tossed right out of his hands on his way to first.
2 away, and here's the 3-2. Maves makes contact and fouls it off. Again, just the runner on third right now, as the Baycats looking to drive in their 5th run of the ball game. Concepcion. So we did not swing. Mays will take the base. Fans not happy about that one. And now runners are on the corners. Home plate umpire Matt Neely checks over to third, and Daniel Newell gives him the sign that he didn't go through.
That was a close call.
So again, runners on the corners for Adam Odd, who's got a double in this game. And suddenly this inning's getting a bit longer, and big stolen base there for Kyle Maves. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position.
That's his 2nd of the game. He stole back in the 1st.
The delivery, swing, that one went right through, and Odd whiffed. Now facing an 0-2 count. The Royals really need a strike here to get out of this one unscathed. Concepcion gets the sign. That one's fouled off. And the at-bat continues here for the Baycats' 3rd baseman. Again, a guy like Odd, he's going to work the count.
Yeah, he's shown that in his previous at-bats.
But don't let that 207 so far this year fool you. It's 6 for 29, sure. That one's knocked over. They'll get over to second, over to first in time. And good fielding there by LaRue in shallow right field. Forcing the 4-3. We're into stretch time here at Hastings Stadium in Guelph. It remains 4-0 Baycats over the Guelph Royals.
Yeah, they were lucky to get out of that inning with no runs.
So get your legs out, stretch them out. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back after the stretch here at Hastings Stadium. You're watching Rogers TV.
Today, I helped a parent feed their family by connecting them to a food program.
Today, I helped someone connect with mental health supports.
Today, I helped a couple struggling to pay their bills access financial aid.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
For frank discussion on Canadian politics and issues that matter to you, tune in to Addressing the Issue with Andy Streisfeld, Fridays at 6:30 on Rogers TV.
It's David here, reminding you that Lions TV Bingo is right here on Rogers TV. We've got a new look, a new prize board. We actually have a full card game of $3,500. Indeed, biggest we've ever had. See you soon.
What I always tell people, and this is true for any fraud, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. So what I would tell people is examine the contact and examine what they've received, and get educated on some of these investments, specifically cryptocurrencies. Get educated on it and make an educated decision. I always tell people, in order to avoid fraud as well, they can do investments in person, go into a bank, see a financial advisor in person. It's not a surefire way to avoid losing your money, but it certainly helps. The fraudsters in this case are often very sophisticated, so they'll have fake websites, they'll have fake ads running, they'll sometimes have fake ads with deep fakes of famous people, and they're very sophisticated. They're willing to invest money to get victims' money.
Welcome back to IBL Baseball here on Rogers TV. New pitcher into the ball game. We'll get to him in just a moment. Here he likes lasers. J.D. Williams looking to hit a laser here at the bottom half of the 7th. Baycats 4, Guelph no score, and there's strike 1.
J.D. Williams, he made it. He had a single in his last at bat, so he's going to be looking to keep building on that.
Of course, taking on the laser beam himself, Christian Lazar. Of course, had some shoulder issues last year, so decided to take up shop in the media ranks in the IBL in 2023. Got to know him quite a bit.
Is that why he back on the field?
Yeah, just, he's been itching. Honestly, he also works in the off-season for the Mississauga Steelheads in the Ontario Hockey League. Got to talk to him through my travels in the O, and just a guy that's just been continuing to put in the work in the off-season. As there's a high fly ball, shallow right field, and coming over to make the catch is Phillips. But honestly, the work that Lazar has put in to really recover from that shoulder issue, a guy that pitched for Welland a couple years ago, pitched in Hamilton, got that high arching delivery, kind of more of maybe a 10-8 kind of arch in the way he delivers the ball there, as David Stanley will take a first pitch ball.
So just a lot of movement in his follow through.
Just a quality delivery, a quality pitcher, as that one's going to be popped up. Lazar looks, but he gets called off, and that's going to be dropped. It's a fair ball. Going over to second is Stanley, and he'll get into second base. That's an E5, as Adam Odd dropped the ball just in front of home plate. And Stanley advances to second, and right there, a runner in scoring position here for Ryosuke Ohashi. And this is a little bit of life here for the Royals that they need to try and claw into this 4-0 deficit.
He doubled last time up with that almost in the hands chopper that he got just outside of the outfield.
Of course, doubled his last time up in the 5th. The 1-0 holds off, but there's strike 1. Of course, Lazar responsible for the IBL power rankings back last season. This year, it's a panel of media experts. That one downstairs under the knees. A 2-1 count. I won't tell you who the experts are this year or this week.
So you're telling me it takes a panel to replace him, basically.
Hey, this is a guy that did a heck of a job in the media ranks in the IBL last year. Called upon as a guy that, again, was wanting to be involved but couldn't be involved on the field, so took on some ranks off the field as well. A guy that's really developed his media game, and there's a big swing and a miss. for strike 3. You know, a guy that once he is done for good as a player, he's going to probably join us here in the media booth. A guy that just loves to be involved, just loves this game. So here comes Evan Ash, the catcher. Has a runner in scoring position here. And that's going to be fouled back into the batter's box, into the batter's cage rather area, just in behind the grandstands here. Wind blowing a bit toward right field here again. Plumpton positioning more to the outside. That one is outside for ball 1.
So it seems quite often that some of the best broadcasters in any sport is former players because they just have the feel for the game.
Absolutely, and that one's going to be knocked into left field. Are they going to test the arm? Out into home. No, they're not. Good job there by Brad McQuinn. A hurl over to home plate, and that keeps David Stanley over at third. A good job there as the brakes put on there at third base. So Evan Ash gets on. You're going to credit it as a single. And because of the throw, that's what it's going to result in. But he does get over to second base. And Mark Nellis, the left fielder, now down to the count 0-1. Runners at second and third. And that one is through the hole.
That's a run.
One run comes in to score. They're going to try and get the second. No, and the tag is applied, but they'll get one to end the inning. What an arm by the center fielder, Kenise Ijo, to tag out Evan Ash at home plate, or just shy of home plate. As you see here, the delivery. What a throw, as you see that one just in fast forward. The tag applied to Ash even before he can even get to home plate, right down the third baseline, in fact. But they do get one run on the board. And we're going to see that one more time, folks. That was a heck of a throw from Kenise Ijo. Fire up the plays of the week on that one. Whoever's doing the plays of the week in the IBL, quality human being. I'm sure you're going to want to put this one in there. As the throw is made right on the money. They didn't put the parking brakes on him. Ash had some wheels to get around. But Kenise Ijo with a heck of a throw right on the dot. And Jorge De La Cruz Paez will come into the game here for the Guelph Royals. So we will go into the 8th. It is 4-1 Baycats over the Royals. The Baycats looking to put the first loss on the board of the season for the Guelph Royals. The Royals 4-0, the Baycats of Barrie 5-2 on this season. Barrie winners of 2 of their last 3 ball games.
So De La Cruz is making his second appearance this year.
And De La Cruz Paez, of course, another native of La Romana Dominican Republic. His 4th IBL season, played for the Royals back in 2018, albeit briefly. Was actually primarily a starter in 2018, pardon me. Only made 2 appearances in 2022, just the 1 appearance a year ago. Of course, gets into this game in the early going. As the Royals start to put on some hits in the latter stages of this game. But the Baycats able to keep them off the board.
Pero ellos guardaron los misiles fue para el séptimo, octavo y noveno.
So De La Cruz Paez into the game, and first pitch there is going to be a ball. Nolan Mackey-Broda making his 4th appearance in this ball game.
Home run back in the 3rd.
And there's a shot into foul territory. More of a half swing, if anything, there. So again, this is the 4th pitcher into the game for the Royals. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Started off with Evan Grills. Reese Montgomery then came in, played some stellar baseball in relief. Yomar Concepcion. And then now we have Jorge De La Cruz Paez. The 1-2 is in play, and they're not going to get to it. Ohashi tried to chase that down from third base. He went a long way there in foul territory, but just couldn't get to it.
He was like a foot away from me.
So Mackey-Broda stays in it. Again, as mentioned, a home run back in the 3rd. Puts that one over to short. Morrow gets it on the hop. Over to first, over the head of Garton. That's a throwing error that allows Mackey-Broda to get over to second base.
Right fielder number 2, Ricky Phillips.
And this will bring up Ricky Phillips. So again, for those scoring at home, that is going to be an E6. There was a routine play, just a throw just a bit high for Josh Garton. Didn't have the hops to get that ball down. So the right fielder, Ricky Phillips, will come up 0 for 3 in this game. Top of the 8th, nobody out. Downstairs and outside for ball 1. With a runner in scoring position, Barrie batting .271 this season with 3 home runs. Actually, that's just with runners on base. They're hitting .253 with a homer with runners in scoring position. Guelph, meantime, with runners in scoring position coming into this game, batters against them were only hitting .83. And that one's going to go off of Ash, a wild pitch. And that's a free 90 for Mackey-Broda. So again, batting .83. Runners in scoring position. 3 for 36 have been opposing batters against the Royals this year with runners at least on second base. Here tonight, things haven't exactly gone their way. And as we talked about at the top of the show, yes, a 4-0 record. You know, it's a great start for the Royals, as that one is going to be over the head of Phillips, and he'll take his base to put runners on the corners. But as we talked about before, and criticize all you want with a 4-0 record, you know, it's a matter of the opponents. Of course, 2 wins against Kitchener, who have been struggling this year. Chatham-Kent, who is 2-5 on the year. Of course, getting that win over Toronto, who's 2-7 on the year. Yes, you know, 3 teams that have been in the bottom of the standings so far this season. But again, they don't tell you, hey, well, yeah, it's a 4-0 record, but look who we're facing. You still got to face some quality opponents coming up, and
well, that's it.
It's just going to be, everybody's got to deal with the same schedule. It's just a matter of when they play. The runner's going to go a double clutch there by Ash, and I think that's what ended up allowing Ricky Phillips to get that stolen base.
It looked like he was going to hold back and not throw, and then he went through anyways.
Well, he gave it a shot.
I guess better than a wild throw.
Exactly. And Hull gets all of that one. Fly ball caught there by Williams on the run. One runner is going to come in to score, make it 5-1 Baycats. So call that the sack fly for Noah Hull, the DH. And look at this catch by J.D. Williams on the run. And just his positioning to be able to get that ball and immediately get it back into the infield, that prevents Ricky Phillips from getting in safely for the second run.
Great defensive play. Limit the bleeding anyways.
Brad McQuinn now in the batter's box, 0 for 3. So again, Mackie Broda comes in. Again, Baycats playing some Baycats baseball. Yes, they got that home run, but they're, doing their damage in all aspects of this team. Quality pitching. They're playing small ball. They're, taking what's given to them here. It's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. De La Cruz Paez gets the whiff. And now we'll see what he can do here. 1-2. Inside. Ash keeps that in front of him.
So Barrie hasn't really been able to, Guelph hasn't really been able to build on the momentum they've gained in some of the innings.
That's right, as that one goes upstairs. It's a full count here, runner on third. Brad McQuinn, the outfielder. Good depth option, and he will take a base. Good patience by Brad McQuinn, and he will trot on over to first. So runners on the corners here for Tyler Plumpton, who has reached safely twice in this game. Singled and walked. Also flew out to the center fielder. And suddenly this is starting to turn into a longer inning here, with the Baycats threatening to do more damage.
Yeah, certainly not the quick up and out.
The runner's going to go and over to second. They're going to try the double steal over to home, and they got him. Ricky Phillips tagged out at home. They try the double steal. They get the one over at second, but the throw to home, the good 12-6 tag by Ash, and Ricky Phillips is tagged out. As you'll see the play here again, another play of the week candidate right in. And Phillips just cannot believe it. As we are back live with Tyler Plumpton.
So do you think that was a set play, throwing short to second?
Absolutely. It's all about the aggressive base running here for the Baycats. They have a lot of speed. The 0-1 in for strike two. As we have 2 outs, an 0-2 count. Fans starting to clap here at Hastings, trying to get their boys out of a jam. Plumpton makes contact, but it hits the backstop. Again, due up in the bottom half of the inning. We're actually going to go back to the top of the order with LaRue, Morrow, and Garten. They can stop the bleeding here with a 5-1 deficit. They have the big bats to try and get back, and Plumpton is going to get plumped with the baseball, and he will take the base on the hit by pitch.
With shortstop, number 3, Carson Burns.
First hit batter of the ball game.
There's been some close calls, though.
Puts the runners on first and second here for Carson Burns, who doubled his last time up. You'll see that delivery there is Concepcion trying to go in. And there's a strike to Carson Burns on the inside. Orangeville native, 6th IBL season, member of the 2018 and 2019 IBL title teams. Swing and a miss. Didn't actually play in the playoffs, though. But was a member of those two teams. Quickly, he's facing an 0-2 count here. Was also a member of the Western Texas College team in the NJCAA in 2018-2019. The 0-2 in, and not going to get the call there. Jorge De La Cruz Paez having a lengthy inning here in the 8th. Has given up the 1, trying to hold it to just that. The delivery, and that one's sent up high into left field. And coming over not too far to make the catch is Nellis, and that will retire the side. They'll strand a pair of runners, but Barrie gets 1 on the board in the 8th inning. We're heading to the bottom half of the inning. It is Barrie 5 and Guelph 1, as the Royals will send their big bats to the plate to try and cut into this deficit.
Oh yeah, they got to try and get some momentum going here. Get however they're going to get on base, whether it's being patient, getting walked, or getting just a little small ball, just to get some base runners on there.
Again, as mentioned, 12 home runs leading the IBL this year. It doesn't have to be those long balls into Exhibition Park. Just put it in play and see what happens. As we have another new pitcher into the ball game here. See who it is in just a moment. It's definitely not a lefty. That would have been Chris Lazar back in the 7th. So the laser beam goes 1. That's number 38. It looks like that's Brandon Hillier. So Hillier will come into the game here for the Baycats in his 9th IBL season. Another former member of the Burlington IBL team.
Number 38.
Of course, played 4 seasons.
Now pitching Barrie, number 38.
Of course, also started with the Baycats back in 2019, was a member of that championship team, finishing off the 6-peat.
So LaRue's had a good night getting on base tonight, so he's going to lead off the 9th.
I mean, that's what you need here in the 8th. It's just one of those, let's get some runs on the board. Let's try to cut into this and then see what happens.
I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not the 9th, folks.
Not
it's
at all.
The 8th.
Of course, played for Brooks out in the Western Major Baseball League as a 23-year-old in 2018, the Orangeville native. As the Royals trying to start a bit of a riot here. Only playing into the song, folks, not an actual riot. Just trying to cause some chaos for this Baycats team. They need to do something here. Down 5-1. Hillier making his second appearance of the season. Has been perfect so far. He's given up a couple of hits in 1 2/3 innings work. Of course, had a 3.52 ERA in the playoffs last year. Checked, held off, but it crosses the plate anyway for strike one to LaRue. Of course, had a 2-1 record. Appeared in 16 games during the 2023 regular season. Appeared in 4 more games in the playoffs. Holding off as LaRue was squaring up to bunt there. So making an 0-2 count here on the second baseman. Swing and a miss, they got him. Or rather, no, that was only the... They had something wrong up on the board, so it is actually a 1-2 count. That one's well outside, 2-2. My apologies, folks. You watch the play, you try to watch the scoreboard too. The 2-2 inside. Just like that, the count is up at 3-2. It is full here for LaRue. Looking to get his fill here against Brandon Hillier. Fouled away. Stays alive. Again, has reached base twice here tonight.
Once with a single and once on balls.
That one's popped up. Playable perhaps, or is it going to go off the back? Yep, right off of the back of the grandstands here. Hopefully Cam Guthrie didn't see that one. Might have to get the city to pay for a dent in the roof. So here we are again, the count's still full, and that is a strikeout, painting the bottom outside corner, and Brando LaRue can't believe it.
That was a close one.
Good location there for Brandon Hillier to get the punch out. That is a big strikeout here in the 8th. It's been a low-scoring affair by IBL standards. Just a 5-1 game. There's a strike to Mr. Morrow. Of course, last time he was up in the 6th, was retired on the 1 unassisted. That was Cesar Rosado fielding the ball and touching the first base. Here comes the 0-2. Well outside, 1-2.
Did reach base back in the 4th on a fielder's choice.
Yes, he did. Of course, was stranded. He'll foul that one away.
That's the thing with the Royals. They've had runners in the last 3 innings, and they've just managed the 1 run. They're stranding a lot of runners.
Yes, they are.
Not able to string things
Chop
together.
that one through. That gets past Hillier over to first, and they'll get him. So a chopper through the hole, trying to get it into the outfield, but a good job there by Burns. Mark that down as the 6-3. Josh Garton. Was a bit snake-bitten here in this game. Did walk his last time up, but officially 0 for 2. Of course, that 750 average is going to drop. It was going to have to. Swing and a miss.
Oh, you didn't think he could carry that through the season?
750, it's a tall order, partner. A tall order, even for a veteran.
He's a tall man.
Yes, he is. Swing and a miss. And Garton was chasing for that.
I think he's a little frustrated.
Just trying to get barrel to ball and just trying to make some contact here, but Baycats pitching has been keeping him. There's a strike. Another strikeout. Josh Garton goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. Make that a 1-2-3 inning. What a job by Brandon Hillier. A great job here by the Baycats pitching staff, holding the Royals to just 1 run through 8 innings of play. Barrie 5, Guelph 1. We're heading to the top of the 9th here at Hastings Stadium.
Yeah, it's been a pitching clinic really for the Baycats tonight.
And I think that might be the good luck charm right there. Hayden Jaco bringing his dog. I didn't really catch a name when I was down there talking to them earlier. But nonetheless, the name of the game is baseball, and we
got another new pitcher.
Yes, we do. That is number 91 on your scorecards. So it might be actually different. I believe that is actually Brandon Deans, according to the scorecard here. It is indeed Brandon Deans.
Now pitching for Guelph, Brandon Deans.
So just trying to hold off the damage. Former OCAA Pitcher of the Year with Humber back in 2022 in his 3rd IBL season. 5th pitcher into the game here for the Royals.
He's pitched 3 innings so far in this season. No earned runs against him, so yeah, try and stop the bleeding.
You know, a guy last year had a 3.63 ERA, started 2 games, appeared in 14 altogether.
And 34.2 innings pitched, 42 strikeouts.
Yeah, just 18 walks. So a guy that's got good strikeout power, got some heat to work with as well. Usually coming in save opportunities. He had 3 saves last year, already has the 1 this year. Again, just, you know, with some of the blowouts that we've seen over the years, over the last little bit as well, you don't usually see these save opportunities come up all that often. Of course, it's not a save opportunity here, A, because the Royals are losing, and B, it's more than the 3-run difference. And for Brandon Deans, he's got a lot of work ahead of him here because the Baycats are sending the top of the order back to the batter's box here with Cesar Rosado leading off.
He has grounded out the last 2 times at bat, but his first 2 were certainly damaging.
Yeah, walked and scored in the first, and takes one well inside. Didn't really actually get to see the full positioning there with shortstop Morrow in the way of our camera person. The 1-0, swing and a miss for strike 1. Morrow, don't you know we're actually trying to shoot this game? It's a 1-1 count here on Ejo. He's reached 3 times here tonight. That one's a 1-hopper off of the dirt. Ash is able to get it into the glove. It's a 2-1 count. Delivery, and there's a strike just below belt level. Again, the Baycats up 5-1. That one hit over to second. LaRue over to first, and they'll get him. Routine ground ball out, 4-3 on your scorecards. And they will get Ejo on the grounder. So this will bring up Kyle Maves, his 5th plate appearance here tonight. walked his last time.
Stole second.
Yes, he did. Again, part of that aggressiveness on the base paths, and it's all about timing with these stolen bases as well, Steve. And coming into this game, Barrie 16 for 19 on stolen bases.
That's impressive.
That one's up, right in on the right at about hand level. Maves just smiles it off as he takes the strike.
Brandon's really throwing hard.
That's what they got him for. There's a hard throw to the outside, but it paints black. Strike 2. Mississauga native. A strikeout artist, and there's another for strike 3. As he retires the first 2 batters he sees. This will bring up Adam Odd. Of course, Deans, as talked about, OCAA Pitcher of the Year with Humber back in 2022, actually set the OCAA strikeout record for a single game. 16 strikeouts against Seneca back on September 20th of 2022. And that's going to be put into left field on the back track, and that's going to get over the head of Nellis. Nellis tried to track it down, and Adam Odd is going to get to second base. A hard hit ball by Adam Odd. It looked like it was going to be caught by Nellis, but he didn't position himself properly out there in left field, and it goes just over his head. Credit that as a double for Adam Odd, his second double of this game. And you'll see it here. Sent up high, Nellis trying to field it, and it goes just off the tip of his glove all the way out to the warning track. And now the Baycats threatening to try to pad the lead here.
I have to say, Mark, I'm a little surprised that wasn't counted as an error, because it was all a positioning mistake. Where did they kind of decide the line on those?
Well, I mean, it's all dependent on the scoreboards, on the scorekeepers. That could also play into a factor too, is some of these light poles and trying to get proper vision on these balls probably just gets lost in the lights. And Maki Broda swings through for strike 2. And you'll see that even in the daytime as well, where balls kind of get lost in the sun.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors to play in when you're trying to position yourself. There's a whole lot of outfield. That one's inside. 2-2. $10:19 Eastern here on a Tuesday night. Glad you can join us here on Rogers TV. Mark Perry, Steve Klein here with you live from Hastings Stadium. The 2-2 just outside. Count is full now on Maki Broda. Who's crossed the plate twice, counting for 2 of the 5 runs for Barrie. Of course, one of them came in the 8th, the other off of his bat. A 2-run home run, and he's going to take his base as he will reach base for the 3rd time here tonight. So Maki Broda on first, Odd is on second. And you think about it now, with Ricky Phillips coming to the dish, how big that play out in left field can be with a 5-1 lead if the Royals try to catch up there in the 9th. They're trying to just limit the damage here. Keep it at a 5-1 score line and try to claw back in the 9th.
Well, that's it. They've not had, I think, only two innings of 3 up, 3 down tonight.
So the count now 0-2 here.
I take that back. Oh no, it is 2 innings. Yep, 5th and 6th. So
they've stranded 2 runners in the last 2 innings each. Chopper down the third base line. Good hop there from Ohashi. Over to first, they'll get him. They'll strand a pair But we're heading to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance here for the Guelph Royals, who are down by 4. And we'll see what they can do to try and hold on to their undefeated season. It will be Takamatsu, Williams, and Stanley heading to the plate. And we'll see who comes on here for the Barrie Baycats, who are trying to get their second win in a row. A big moment in the ball game, Steve. Just want to thank you for joining me here in the broadcast booth, and I thank you for joining us wherever you are watching. Of course, you can tune in either on Rogers TV here tonight. You can also tune in on the Guelph Royals YouTube page. Every home game will be available. And Brad Gravison, the bearded wonder for the Barrie Baycats. I mean, honest to goodness, if I can grow a beard like Brad Gravison, in his 8th IBL season, of course, played for Barrie back between 2002 and 2005. Also serves as the pitching coach for the team. Was the IBL Rookie of the Year in 2002. Also an IBL champion for Barrie's first of 7 IBL championships back in 2005.
Also another Barrie boy.
Yeah, they've got a lot of them.
43 years old.
Guys like Cleveland Brownlee, I think he's hit 40 at this point. He's going to be turning 40 this year, I should say. Cleveland Brownlee from the London Majors. Stefan Strecker, who has been around since, well, who knows when. 45 years old. And you have Brett Lawson, a 47-year-old. You know, guys will play in this league until they can't anymore, and that one's sent out of play.
So, you know, a little off topic of baseball, but last year I did a football game in Guelph at Alumni Stadium. One of the senior guys there, he was 60s something, I can't remember exactly, one of the linemen.
That one's going to be sent out of play. One of the linemen?
Yeah, one of the linemen. He's played in the CFL before. I'm sorry, I don't know his name off the top of my head. But wow, could you imagine being that fit at 63 to play, you know, like local professional football, the Ontario League?
That one's well outside, a 1-2 count. Hey, if I can be physically fit at 45, well, I'm doing something right.
Jeez, I guess I'm a little bit off the mark.
The 1-2, that's going to go off of Takamatsu, and he's going to take the base. Went off of the elbow, and that's why you wear the padding, folks. A rare mistake by the Baycats there, as that just looked like it got away from Grieveson. You'll see the replay here in slow-mo, and yeah, right off the elbow. So J.D. Williams, the center fielder,
has had a single back in the 5th.
Swing and a miss. That was a home run cut and a half for strike 1. Swings over the ball that time. Delivery. That one's hit up high. That one's going deep all the way back, and that is gone. The 100th career IBL hit for J.D. Williams is a banger over the left field fence, and Guelph has cut the lead to 2.
That's his 4th home run of the year. And his 12th RBI. That's how you start an inning.
A big blast from J.D. Williams. The Royals are starting to cook here in the 9th. David Stanley, nobody out. The lead is now at 2 for the Baycats. Holds off on the pitch, but it paints just on the outside corner for strike 1. A 5-3 game as that one's going to be sent out of play. Some life injected into the veins of the Royals faithful here as that one's going to be put into right field, but just foul. Had some distance, had some length, just didn't have the right location.
Reached base on an error in the 7th, and was the lone run up until this inning.
See what he can do. 5-3. That one's sent up high. This one's playable in left field. And coming over, just trotting towards the left field line is Brad McQuinn. He'll make the catch. First out of the inning here. And this will bring up Ryosuke Ohashi. But a home run from J.D. Williams gives the Royals some life. Holds off, but it goes and paints the line on the outside. The delivery, swing and a miss. Ohashi quickly down in the count. And right there is just trying to be aggressive at the dish and saw a pitch he thought he liked, but just couldn't get to it. Holds up high, and that one he holds off for ball 1. Ohashi, 1 for 3. Swing and a miss, they got him. And the Royals are down to their final outs. This will bring up Evan Ash. Last chance here for the Royals. And that is going to be put up high. It is playable into right field, and coming over to make the catch he does. Good job there by Phillips to track that one down just into foul territory, and that is going to end it. The Barrie Baycats come out with a 5-3 victory here on the road over the Guelph Royals. The Royals drop their first game of 2024. They fall to 4-1. The Barrie Baycats, meantime, have won 2 straight. They're up to 6-2 on the season. And Steve, you know, let's just take us through this this ball game here. Of course, you take a look at the score line. You know, the Baycats, they get the one early in the first. They get a home run, a big one from Nolan Makibroda in the third. That made it a 4-0 game. And it just felt like it was Cesar Rosado's game, and that's really what, you know, factored big time into this one, along with the bullpen for the Barrie Baycats.
It certainly made the difference tonight, because you saw at the end of the game there how the Royals were able to really pull out a valiant effort to come back in this game, but just the sizable lead they were able to get earlier in the game. I mean, 5 runs is not a huge amount in this league, but still, you know, with Rosado's pitching tonight, it was more than enough.
He got 9 strikeouts on the night, went 6 strong innings for the visitors, and again, the Royals do get the one in the 7th to make it 5-1. Barrie bounces back. They get one in the 8th. And all of a sudden, we're at a 5-1 ball game heading into the bottom of the 9th. J.D. Williams bringing in some life. His big home run got it close, but sometimes close is just not enough.
On tonight it wasn't. I mean,
Hard line drive up the middle. Whoa! Lindor out of nowhere. How did he do that?
That Lindor can play. I don't know about that hair. And don't get me started on those
Stadium on
gloves.
this Tuesday night, the Baycats 5, the Royals 3.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
It's time for a revolution.
The ref won X by Ronald.
At Arnold Anderson Stadium to take on the Red Sox before coming back here at home for a Saturday afternoon 1 o'clock first pitch against the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in that as well, you'll be able to watch that game on all of the YouTube channels.